What's up, guys? How's it going? You've all seen the news. Shohei Ohtani has signed a contract worth $700 million over the next 10 years. Now, this video, we're not going to be breaking down the contracts or anything like that. I did consider doing that, but there's way more qualified people out there who've already done videos on it, so you can go and check them out. We do know the basics, right? It's a $700 million contract over the 10 years. $680 million of it is going to be deferred and paid once the 10 years is up. So he's basically going to be receiving $2 million a year from the Dodgers, we should note. So he's gone from the Angels to the Dodgers over the next 10 years. Now, this video we're reacting to is, why is he worth this much money? Why is any team actually paying someone that amount of money to play for their MLB team? That's what we're going to find out today. Guys, if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're giving these videos a like. If you are into the NFL as well, we're going to be live streaming Thursday Night Football, Chargers versus Raiders. Get your notification bells on, set an alarm, be there for the live stream, the live watch-along that we're doing. But for now, let's find out, why have the Dodgers paid this amount of money, man? Let's get into it. It's crazy numbers.
22, an economist estimated that Shohei Ohtani alone generated $337 million in revenue in a single year.
What? Yo, they should be paying him more money. They should be paying him more than $700 for 10 years.
Another report
What the hell?
estimated that Ohtani made the Angels $70 million before he threw a single pitch. And that's just what he's worth off the field, based on his on-field production over the last 3
Yo, why does he look like a robot in this?
What he's worth off the field.
How much makeup have they put on my man? He doesn't look real. Look at his skin.
Production over the last 3 seasons.
Drop the skincare routine, Shohei.
Numbers that in today's baseball market are worth over $70 million a season. So with only a few months left before going to free agency,
where did the $300 million come from?
It was obvious why experts were predicting that Shohei Ohtani could sign the biggest free agent contract in sports history. Then tragedy struck.
I think that might be
got injured.
Shohei. And Shohei will come out of
Tommy
the game.
John
Only faces 5 hitters.
And we learned Shohei Ohtani has a tear in his UCL.
He's going to need Tommy John surgery.
Would he Tommy John?
Pitch for another year.
Who in the world's going to give him $500 million now? I mean,
Dodgers.
I wouldn't.
Ohtani is set to get his
Because you don't have $500 million, mate.
second Tommy John surgery. He won't pitch again until 2025 at the earliest. There's real concern he'll never be able to sustain the workload of a two-way player again, and his mind-boggling $700 million contract is in serious danger. But what if I told you he's actually worth more than that?
He's done it again!
He's done it again.
$600 million contract.
$650 million to $700 million.
Where would you draw the line on a contract for Shohei Ohtani?
That's infinity.
Even with an injury as serious as this, the question isn't whether or not Shohei is going to get offered the biggest baseball contract ever. It's whether or not he's going to accept it. Because believe it or not, this isn't the first time Ohtani has cost himself hundreds of millions of dollars.
One thing I just want to say here as well is, right, this news, just the fact that they've paid the largest sports contract ever, this has already put the Dodgers on a way bigger map. I know that everyone in America knows who the Dodgers are. People in Japan probably already knew who the Dodgers are, but this has made global news. People in England are talking about this contract like, have you heard about that baseball contract? Have you heard about that guy, Shohei Ohtani, how much he's getting paid? More than Messi, more than Ronaldo, more than LeBron James. You're like, this is massive news, man.
And the
it's
first
crazy.
time he did it, it was actually
People don't
on
talk about
purpose.
baseball
By
in England
2017,
either. Like,
Ohtani had already
about
won MVP, Pitcher of the Year, a championship, and basically every single award
bad,
possible
Shohei.
in Japan.
Not bad.
He wanted to come to America, but under international signing rules, players under 25 are only eligible to make a league minimum salary with a maximum signing bonus of $2.3 million. Ohtani was required to wait 2 more years to be able to get what he was worth, which at the time was estimated to be around $200 million.
Didn't he just go anyway?
However, money seems like the last
just
thing
went
Ohtani
anyway,
cares
didn't it?
about. He was MVP of the league and still voluntarily stayed in the team dormitories, which are usually only occupied by mostly rookies. In Japan, he gave complete control of his finances to his parents, who gave him a $1,000 a month allowance live off of, even though he'd only end up spending around $200 of it each month. All while making $2.4 million.
I don't buy that, in all honesty. Like, Japan's an expensive country, right? There's no way he's getting by on $200 a month. Come on now.
$1 million a year. If Ohtani would have just waited until he was 25 to come to America, he would have made $200 million. Instead, he signed with the Angels to make $4.2 million over 4 years. Ohtani cared so little about money, he gave up $200 million just to play in MLB 2
I respect
seasons
it massively.
sooner. And
Even if I don't quite believe the $200 a month story, obviously the rest of it's true. Like, my man doesn't care about money. I'm just saying $200 a month seems a bit exaggerated,
for
right?
the Angels, this might go down as one of the most financially beneficial moves in MLB history. In his rookie year, the Angels saw an 11% increase in attendance on days he pitched at home. With an average ticket price around $30, this comes out to $120,000 every game, meaning the Angels made enough money to pay Ohtani's entire salary in 5 games.
Mad.
Just on tickets. If you account for what the average fan spends in food, drinks, and parking, the Angels made 4 times his salary in his first 5 home games. This doesn't even count games he hit in, ticket sales in spring training, the Japanese ads in the stadium, or the merchandise money he made from having the 8th most popular jersey in the league. In reality, the Angels made back Ohtani's entire salary before he stepped foot on the field. This was only a fraction of what they would make 3 years later.
I was going to say, I bet he's way higher than the 8th most popular jersey now, right?
For the time
Top
being,
3.
this was short-lived.
Ohtani part of tonight's game due to a blister.
After only a few months of playing in MLB, Ohtani seemed like he was breaking down.
Shohei Ohtani will undergo Tommy John surgery.
When Ohtani got his
Here's
first
Tommy.
Tommy John surgery, he continued to hit and played amazing, but faced even more injuries.
Oh.
For the Angels to step in and make a decision for him. It's too hard to be the best hitter and pitcher at the highest level.
He returned to the mound in 2020 and pitched less than 2 innings before he got hurt again.
Tommy John surgery, check. Knee surgery, check. Now an arm strain, check. He's screwed.
Ohtani was only pitching once every 6 days, did not hit and pitch in the same game, rested the day before and the day after each start, and was still breaking down. But when he
This is the only thing that makes me believe he's actually a human. The fact he gets injured. If he didn't get any injuries, then 100% he ain't human. This is the only thing that does humanize him.
returned in 2021, he took the opposite
He
approach.
walks like-
he hit and pitched on the same
he
day.
looks like a
played
robot,
in virtually
behaves like a
every
robot.
single game, which gave him the opportunity
Plays like
to
a
create
baseball
more
robot.
value than any other player in MLB history. And that is exactly what he did. Since 2021, he's put up offensive numbers on par with Bryce Harper. That alone would earn him a contract worth $330 million, while also
Sorry, Bryce Harper has a 13-year contract. These contract lengths are mad in MLB.
putting up pitching numbers on par with Garrett Cole, who made $324 million. So based on his on-the-field performance alone, he's earned a contract worth $654 million,
Fair enough.
which would not only be the biggest contract ever, but would blow Mike Trout's record out of the water by an insane $227
My man's being underpaid
million.
here. Shohei's being
Believe it or
underpaid.
not, based on the current market, he's worth a lot more than that. The more a team wins, the more money they make, which is what makes a stat like WAR useful. The more wins above replacement a player has, the more value they bring, and the more money a team is willing to pay
Moneyball.
them. In 2022, teams were willing to pay players $8.5 million per 1 wins above replacement. Since 2021, Ohtani has the most WAR in baseball, and it's not even close, averaging 8.8 wins above replacement per season. Meaning, in today's baseball market, that's worth $74.8 million a year. That's not only the highest salary in baseball history, it's nearly double the highest salary in baseball history. But $74.8 million is such a mind-boggling number. Would any team actually be willing to pay this? The answer is yes, and for most teams, it would have been the most profitable decision possible. Based on research from 2009, when a team makes the playoffs, they earn an extra $30 to $50
Not bad
million
numbers.
in revenue. 14 years later, MLB revenue has doubled, meaning today, making the playoffs likely brings a team closer to $60
Sure.
to $100 million in revenue. Based on WAR, Ohtani added 8.8 wins compared to a replacement level player, meaning there are 7 teams who missed the playoffs last season that would have made the playoffs if only they had Shohei Ohtani.
That's mad,
For those
isn't it?
7
It's
teams,
so
the
mad.
playoff revenue alone
It's so mad because, like, a lot of American sports, you can actually prove stuff like that with stats like WAR. Like, sports I watch, like football, soccer, as we always do in quotation marks, you can't prove that. You can't say if you bought Ronaldo, you're definitely going to get into the Champions League or you're definitely going to win this tournament and stuff. So it's mad that you can actually do that in baseball. It's kind of cool.
Giving Ohtani over $70
back up
million.
these
But even for teams who don't come close
wild
to the playoffs,
statements.
paying this ridiculous amount of money would have also been worth it. Just ask the Angels. When Ohtani returned as a two-way player, they did 7 Ohtani-related promotions in one season.
Milking it.
Giving out Ohtani merch literally created lines outside the stadium. These promotions attracted an extra 11,000 fans per game and another $2.3 million in revenue for the Angels. Games he pitched at home brought an average of 3,800 extra fans. This is another $6 million to the Angels. And that's just when he pitches. In total, a Japanese economist says Ohtani alone attracted over 600,000 fans to watch him play in 2022, generating $45 million in just ticket sales. If half of these games were at home, it's safe to assume the Angels made at least $20 million from ticket sales without even factoring in food and parking. Ohtani also had the highest selling jersey and generated $7 million in revenue just from merchandise. But the real money comes from Japan, where every single Angels game was televised just to see him. One of these broadcasts would literally just film Ohtani 24/7, even if he wasn't in the game.
Hell, man.
And without exaggeration, this doubled the Angels' audience. When Ohtani competed in the Home Run Derby in 2021, 3 times more people watched in Japan than in the US. Ohtani's opening day start in 2023 got 6.2 million live viewers in Japan, while the highest rated opening day game on ESPN this year got around 2 million.
What?
From what I can tell, while Ohtani was on the team, more people watched the Angels games in Japan than watched in America.
That's so
which
mad.
is why when you watch Angels games, you're gonna see just as many Japanese ads as American ads. The first person to sell advertisements behind home plate says he sold them for $60,000 each per half inning. Assuming you sold out every half inning of every home game, that's $87 million a year. And this was in 1990. Today, teams are making a lot more than that. And since Shohei doubles the Angels' viewership, the Angels can essentially charge double what they would have been able to without him. This difference is so significant that even when Ohtani plays away games, visiting teams sell ads to Japanese companies to take advantage of this bump.
Yeah, everyone needs to be paying Shohei. Every team in the league needs to be paying him $5 million a year.
Even if it's just for a few games. All in all, the overall revenue Ohtani attracts is mind-blowing. An estimate in The Athletic says he made the Angels more than $70 million before he threw a single pitch, and this only accounts for corporate sponsorships.
It sounds like he makes some more than that, to be honest.
It doesn't even cover ticket sales or on-the-field performance. And the craziest part is, Ohtani was only the 3rd highest paid player on the team. When the Angels got Ohtani, they had to pay the Nippon Ham Fighters a $20 million posting fee. Meaning, over his first 5 seasons, the Angels paid Shohei Ohtani's former team more money than they paid Shohei Ohtani. Even after winning MVP and becoming the biggest star in the sport, in 2023, there were 15 players in MLB who got a bigger salary than Shohei Ohtani. Yet, he was still the highest paid player by far. Because when it comes to endorsements, Ohtani's on another level.
The endorsement
he made an
game.
estimated $40 million in endorsements last year. The second most was Aaron Judge. He made $4.5 million. Ohtani is worth so much off the field, his endorsements alone would have made him the 3rd highest paid player in baseball. To understand how influential Ohtani is, just look at his deal with Kosei, a Japanese cosmetics company. Since Ohtani began endorsing their sunscreen and beauty serum, their male customer base
I'm not surprised, mate. I was saying drop the skincare routine. My man's flawless out here. Look at him.
13 times higher. And the sales of their serum are 7 times higher now than they were before they signed Ohtani. But as powerful and expensive of a brand Ohtani has become before 2023, this one moment in March raised him to another level.
This is one of my first moments of watching baseball as well. The Mike Trout versus Shohei Ohtani World Baseball Classic final. And they give me a
Ohtani was the main
copyright
attraction
strike,
in what
man.
might have been the most watched baseball team of all time. They reached over 50 million viewers in each game they played, getting up to 61 millions in their last pool play
All
game,
this money they
which
made.
was watched by more people than the most watched World Series game of all
Exactly.
time.
All this money they made, and they decided to come at me with a copyright strike for watching it. And what did I do? What did I do? I just posted a reaction video, and you copyright strike me for it. They made millions, man. Leave me alone.
Ohtani striking out Mike Trout to win the title is the most iconic
I'm salty
moment
about that
of
one
his
still,
career,
honestly.
and the social impact Ohtani and this team
Still.
had in Japan is hard to grasp. According to an economist, Team Japan's run, which only lasted 3 weeks, generated an insane $480 million in Japan. The economist
Japan.
described
Fair
this
enough.
as, quote, the Ohtani effect. He won pool play MVP of the entire tournament, and gained a mind-blowing 2 million
I started
Instagram
following him
followers
on Instagram
in 1
after this.
month. Ohtani, already by far the biggest star in baseball, star power may have multiplied during this tournament. It was estimated that Ohtani alone had an economic impact of $337 million in a single year in 2022. But in 2023, this number was set to shoot up even further. Then he got hurt. The
Tommy
economic impact
John
was
surgery.
immediate. Ohtani wasn't even playing and was still the main attraction. On the day it was announced he wouldn't play for the rest of the year, fans came to the game and swarmed the dugout just to watch him sit on the bench. The Japanese broadcast company NHK stopped their
I was gonna say people are weird. They're just fanatics, aren't they? It's mad. It's mad that you can love a human that much that you don't know. It is weird. I get it. I kind of get it, but it is a bit odd, isn't it? Come on. It is a
broadcasting
bit
deal
odd.
that allowed them to show Angels games immediately.
Like I don't mean like I'd fanboy if I saw Ronaldo or Messi. I mean like the 24-hour camera watching him and stuff. That one's a bit odd. No offense, guys. No offense.
And without Shohei, Angels highlight videos dropped nearly 400%.
They forget about you quick.
Attendance fell over 12%, which is about 4,200 less people a game. The Angels will be missing out on tens of millions of dollars without Shohei next year, but somebody will have them. They will pray he stays
Dodgers.
healthy, and if he does, he will bring
this was
value
before
on the field and value off the field that is worth more money given to any baseball player in history.
Did my man do this video before the contract was even
And if he
figured?
wants it, that's exactly what he's gonna get.
Yo, we got the. Maybe he's changed the title. This next video is called Shohei Ohtani's contract should be illegal. We're not going to react to that today. But if you guys want to see that, you can let me know down in the comments below. It looks like we got a bit of a Brad Pitt Moneyball scene hitting us there straight away. I really enjoyed this video, though. Baseball doesn't exist. Go and check them out. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the channel. Subscribe to me. Give the video a like if you do feel like doing that. And come and join me for that NFL watch along. Thursday night football, Chargers versus Raiders. Have a cracking day, guys. Cracking evening, whatever you're up to. I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy. Peace.